The reformed Swiss theologian, prison chaplain, parish pastor, and political resistance leader Karl Barth had once exulted that to clasp the hands in prayer is the beginning of an uprising against the disorder of the world. Prayer has often been mistaken for passive and quiet withdrawal, as though folded hands signify surrender to the inevitability of the world's violence. Yet every true and unfeigned act of prayer quietly contests this assumption. To stand before God is to remember that no earthly power possesses the final word, and to deny every earthly power that dares to claim ultimate allegiance. Wealth, nation, market, and state all claim authority over the human imagination, while the simple act of prayer slowly loosens their grip. Fear begins to lose its persuasive force. The habits of obedience cultivated by empire become less instinctive. And in place of this beastly instinct, another allegiance slowly begins to take root, one that cannot be measured by political success or economic necessity, because its source lies far beyond both, far beyond the limits of our fragile, earthly, and ego-driven understanding of what it truly means to be human. Modern capitalist imperialism reveals itself through armies, markets, bureaucracies, financial systems, and increasingly sophisticated technologies. Those are its visible structures. Its deeper spiritual and psychological foundations lie within the habits of perception that have been patiently cultivated over multiple generations. Desire is directed toward acquisition in place of communion. Novelty displaces memory. Acceleration and progress leaves little room for wisdom. Human beings come to understand themselves primarily as producers, consumers, competitors, or data points whose value can be calculated according to efficiency and exchange. The growing dependence upon immense technological and economic systems begins to gradually assume the appearance of freedom. This spirit finds one of its clearest expressions in the mythology of Silicon Valley. Its prophets promise salvation through innovation, immortality through technology, omniscience through data, and redemption through perpetual growth. Questions once entrusted to wisdom are handed over to engineering. Mysteries become technical problems awaiting optimization. Through this gradual decay of culture, a particular vision of creation begins to slowly dissolve and evaporate from our collective unconscious. Places become resources, neighbors become competitors, time becomes a commodity. Even wonder itself is expected to justify itself through utility. The world is no longer received as a blessing, but approached as inventory, awaiting extraction, management, or consumption. Every forest becomes timber, every river a mechanism of production, every human relationship another opportunity for exchange. Such habits eventually reshape the soul until greed resembles prudence and excess resembles prosperity, and endless expansion achieves a disturbing preeminence over moral and spiritual obligation. However, devotion, humility, and piety restore our ability to perceive the world as it truly is and to witness our hearts as they must become. For as in Adam all die, so in Christ all will be made alive. This is why prayer can be among the most effective forms of active resistance, for it is not merely preparation for action. Every moment spent in contemplation withdraws the manufactured consent from the liturgies of modern capitalist imperialism, the endless rituals of production, consumption, efficiency, distraction, and performance. Prayer sanctifies time against the tyranny of utility. It forms people who cannot easily be governed by fear, manipulated by spectacle, or persuaded that comfort is the highest good. As our childlike wonder, awe, and imagination slowly draw back to us, the threat of death no longer carries its sting. Kneeling and rising belong to the same movement. One learns fidelity before God, then carries that fidelity into neighborhoods, workplaces, prisons, kitchens, fields, and streets. The Eucharistic table quietly contradicts the marketplace because it teaches a form of abundance unknown to those who view their surroundings in terms of exchange. Bread received becomes bread shared. Hospitality ceases to be charity and becomes a way of ordering the world. The uprising begins here. Every prayer loosens another stone from the foundations of the beast state. Every act of worship unmasks another idol. Every table where strangers become neighbors offers a glimpse of another kingdom that is fervently pressing against this one. History is changed in places such as these long before anyone notices. How often has God wanted to gather its children together as a hen gathers its brood under its wings, while we were unwilling?